Things. Be a human on the internet. Woo! Human on the internet. Hi, Asa. Hi, Sandy. How are we doing today? I got distracted. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. God, I hope you guys can hear me. I hope I picked the right microphone and the sound's okay. Today has been a tech day. How come you don't tell me what those buttons do? Bad. Okay, do I sound good? The question I don't doubt that the universe can hear me. I'm quite loud. But do I sound decent? That's the question. Big things. Well, wait for everybody wondering here. How's everybody's Sunday going? Another week is done. We're 1 week closer to that best time of year. Sweater weather. I'm so excited. I sound good also? Okay, thank you. Hi, Erin. Hello, Susanna. Everyone's wandering in. I hope everyone's Sunday's going okay. Phaedra is offended that I have not decided to spend the day in bed with her. The cat's a bit of a demanding creature. She's a cat. What else is she going to be, right? We have some knitting to talk about. Hey, Tracy. Not as many finishes this week as I wanted to. Not gonna lie. I kind of fell down in Ravelry for a while. It's not unusual for me. I was looking for, I'm going to say it, are you prepared? Everybody gird your loins. I was looking for Christmas things. That's right. I said the C word. What are you going to do about it? With the Patreon members, you can choose to be a part of an Advent exchange. And what I want to do with the Advent partners this year is help inspire them for crafting stuff. So I'm looking at a whole bunch of little small things that are hand knitted or hand crocheted or hand sewn gifts that you could give to your Advent partner, which is always fun. Hey, Nikki, how's it going? So I may have just filtered Ravelry to Christmas and ornaments and an amount of yardage and then looked at like a couple of hundred patterns yesterday out of the several thousands that very loose filtering gave me. I have many more patterns to look at still, but I did find some good stuff for inspiration, good ideas for Advent Partner Exchange. So I'm really happy that happened. It is 4 months till Christmas. You are correct, Asa. I mean, we have less than 100 days till Halloween, which is for me the more exciting conversation. But that could just be me. I do want to make sure my advent calendars are done in time, and that is entirely secret crafting on my part because, well, quite frankly, my advent partners watch the podcast. So that's not stuff you guys get to see. So I have to do that on top of what I do for the podcast. It makes life interesting. Is Hurricane Aaron still going? Isn't that in the States? All right, let's talk knitting. We'll leave the bag to last. It's always a good reveal. I did some work, as you guys. Hello. My phone just informed me that I've gone live. As you guys all know, I am working on finishing up that last raspberry orange sherbet sock. However, I have dropped a stitch, and for the moment, it's sitting in timeout till it can be dealt with because I literally did the dropped stitch in the bind off. Because, of course, I did the drop stitch in the bind off. What am I going to do? What I do have is I have a secondary second sock. That's a mouthful. The 1-800 Elaine sock also has a first sock done. So I am working on the second sock. So I picked that up because we're working in the round. I'm about, I'd say maybe, hang on, we can do the super scientific measuring method. 1-800 Elaine is, of course, a colorway by Erin of Fireweed Fiber Co. Guys, a good 80% of my stash is Erin yarn at this point. It's a thing. According to the rough estimate of putting it on my hand, I have about an inch and a bit till I'm at my heel. So this one uses funny colored toes and heels, which always funny. This in case the toe is yellow and then my heel is actually like a greeny kind of camo-y color. Hopefully, I am through the heel as these are another pair of shorties. Why? Because I'm almost out of shorties. I have, thanks to Asa, who loves to knit socks, I have some regular length socks, but I really don't have any shorties, and my commercial shorty socks have been dying, and I prefer hand knit socks. So I need to get this finished somehow. Don't know how. It's something I pick up when my brain won't engage, or like last night, I have insomnia and I couldn't sleep. Mostly because if I fall asleep while I'm knitting a sock, I don't feel that bad if a stitch gets dropped. Why? Because it's a vanilla toe-up sock. It's nothing to worry about. You know? Oh, Aaron, I don't doubt there's a whole bunch of people out there that do really bad, unfunny jokes at you because your name happens to match the name that the hurricanes were given. A hurricane was given this year. You know, what are you going to do? I will confess, in the case of Hurricane Gaston, somebody absolutely memed together all of the weather people saying Hurricane Gaston into a song to make fun of the Beauty and the Beast character. That was funny. But I am so sorry people think that telling jokes to you and referencing Hurricane Aaron is funny. Ugh. Ugh. It's always the worst. People do it with me all the time too. When A Knight's Tale came out, which was years ago. Years ago, guys. Heath Ledger was still alive. It was a while ago. His character is named Jocelyn. I had to deal with a lot of terrible jokes that year. A lot of terrible jokes that year, and I'm sorry that's happening to you. All right, that's one sock. The sock with the drop stitch is just sitting on the fireplace mantle in the living room. I was gonna say kitchen and the living room. I didn't touch it. I didn't look at it. I'm still grumpy with it, so it's sitting in timeout until it realizes what it's done is wrong. What it's done is wrong. I have been doing some planning work because we all know in September that we have the Craft Around the World starting. So that consumed some of my week this week since I've got to, figure out what countries I can quickly fill in. Because you could do continents. Oh, do I recommend doing the continent challenge? I'm going to do countries because I've lost my ever living mind. Oh, good. I'm glad Tristan made him stop. Okay. Shall we let's hop to Granny Squares because that's just the next thing on the stack, shall we? I'm doing a year-long Granny Square challenge with Louise of Wildflower Wool and the Fiber Friends podcast. If you guys don't watch her and Cheryl, I highly recommend you do. They are a delightful pair to watch engage. Cheryl constantly says no to brioche, and Louise is convinced to make her love it. It brings me great joy. Mostly because I also say no to Louise about pom-poms. I say no to Louise about pom-poms all the time, and she's convinced she can make me love them. I'm convinced it's not going to happen. So, in an endeavor to make Louise a crocheter, which is something that she wants to be, we talked about the year-long Granny Square Challenge. Now, I've done the year-long Granny Square Challenge before. If you guys have been here since the beginning, it was something we were doing when we started podcasting, when me and Diana podcasted. So 8 years later, I'm doing it again. I didn't sign on to redo each individual square. Why? Because it took me years to connect those squares and to donate those squares to charity. I made a whole bunch of Granny Square Afghan blanket things, and I had them donated to the homeless here in the city because I felt strongly that they too should also have blankets. So I did that. This year, however, I absolutely wanted to structure it a little bit differently. So rather than saying one square a day, I said I wanted to crochet a granny square something for an hour every day. It could be a blanket, it could be a cardigan, it could be a bag, it could be mittens, it could be a skirt, it could be anything in that field so long as it was made up of the granny square. Louise said that sounded great. We were talking about it online. A whole bunch of other lovely ladies joined in. We now have a monthly Zoom call. We all check in with each other and see how we're doing. Everybody blows me out of the water with their skill set, and all the stuff that they do. It's freaking amazing. And what do? I crochet marled granny squares because I'm trying to get the hoard to have enough room to add more goodies to it. And hello microphone. I'm very quickly running out of time before it is the Jocelyn purchases yarn time. I have, however, made some progress. Oh no, where's my progress keeper? I finished my first square. I'm at the point where I took it out, whatever. I did like 2 or 3 rows. I hibernate in the summer. We all know I hibernate in the summer. I turn into a grumpy bear. I hate the heat. It makes me sick. I'm lethargic. I just, ugh. I was super excited to see that everyone has started to talk about a summer seasonal SAD sort of disorder. So I'm kind of like, if the research sort of pans out for that, I may go get tested so that I have a medical diagnosis to make summer people go away from me. Boy, would I love it. However, we're creeping closer to fall, and what that means is I can start connecting all of these random squares I've been creating across 3 different blankets now, simply because I don't want heavy things in my lap quite yet. So I finished my first square. This is 26 rounds big. It is fingering weight yarn held double on a 4mm needle. So we are kind of a dense broad. We're kind of a dense broad, and I love it. As you can see, we've transitioned into a different color. I'm going to make probably 6 of these or 9 of these to start, and then I'm going to lie them out on my bed. This is the scientific calculated math way of doing things. Once I've laid 6 or 9 of these larger squares on my bed, I'm going to decide if that is big enough that I want to connect these squares with a solid color yarn with a granny stripe between them to sort of like window box the squares, and then do an edging or figure out what kind of edging I want to do, or if I need to have more large squares after that. This is eating through my bits and bobs of fingering weight yarn like nobody's business. Is this blanket going to weigh a metric ton? Abso-freaking-lutely. We're like in weighted blanket territory. The one square is quite heavy. The whole blanket's going to be huge. How am I going to wash this? Carefully. Carefully. And I will put it on, because it's all sock yarn. So if I do it on a gentle cycle on delicate in the big industrial washers, that's fine. I just can't put it in the dryer, which I'm not going to be putting in the dryer. I don't put anything in the dryer. So that's fine. I do, however, think that I might break a clothesline if I drape it to dry, so I'm not sure how to make a big enough flat surface for it to dry on in my tiny little apartment. That is a problem for future Jocelyn. I will probably talk to my sister who has a backyard, or maybe Erin who has a backyard, for the like 2 twice a year that this bad boy will get washed, to see if we can hang it up at their places to dry, just because I don't think I actually have the square footage to do that. I did start my second square though. Notice how it hasn't stopped me from making the blanket. I just need to be careful. It does need to be washed. All of my blankets need to be washed at least 2 twice a year. I have a cat. I am allergic to her dander. I do need to keep on top of that. Well, as best as I can anyway. Hello, Glenn. So I grabbed 2 more skeins of fingering weight yarn, just randomly out of a giant Walmart bag that has random skeins of fingering weight yarn in them. Most of it is Erin's yarn. Not all of it is Erin's yarn, but most of it is Erin's yarn. And I started my second square. Well, that makes sense. I'm almost done my second square. I don't know what inspired me to just crochet in the round, or in a square, I should say. But I'm over 20 rounds already. And we're making 26 round squares right now. So that happened. I've already gone through a 70-gram ball of yarn because I've already transitioned into a secondary light color. But I haven't transitioned into a secondary dark color yet. So progress continues on these marled squares. There is terribly boring stuff, but I think on my bedspread it's going to look really good. Like it's going to be really cute with my sheets and stuff. So I'm very excited. I don't know what color for sure I'm going to do as my bordering color yet. I've been thinking, given how sort of moody this marling has turned out to be, I might go with like keep into that sort of deep kind of fall cozy vibe, and I might do like a dark chocolate brown or like like a chocolate brown or a charcoal gray, something that's got the same sort of weight of color to it. So I'm sorry, Calgary is gonna have more summer. I'm trying to be careful because it is technically cool here for the better part of the week. Like I think our highest high right now is like 26 towards the middle of the week. But I know it's August, so it is too freaking soon to say fall. It's too freaking soon to say fall. There is still more hot weather ahead of us. Am I hoping that this level of weather returns for the Manitoba Fiber Festival in 2 weeks? You bet your keister I am, because my God, that would be delightful. However, Manitoba Fiber Festival weekends tend to be, not always, but tend to be warm weekends. So I'm not holding out that much hope. But what are you going to do? We're in August. We get teased with fall. We get teased with fall, but summer, she's not done with us yet. I know she's not done with us yet. I've done summer many years in a row now. It's a problem. I'm going to use this crochet hook to make sure my tea is stirred, because I absolutely poured tea and then came in here and went live. And I put sugar in my black tea. But I want to drink my tea. I haven't talked yet today. Hopefully my voice sounds all right. It's not too croaky. It's just me and my cat. I don't always speak in the morning, which I know, stunning if you know me. I do talk a lot. Oh, yeah. Ooh, tea. Oh, oh. I am happiest when the weather sits around like that 15 to 22 marker. Like if that was the max of summer here, I'd be super stoked. We get a lot warmer, but like 21's fine. It's just when you get too high and you get into the 30s, it gets gross, right? Like it just gets gross. I hope that heat dome doesn't kick in too hard or too long. One can always hope, right? One can always hope. We're almost there, peeps. We're almost there. We're tail end of August. We're almost into September. And in September, we can start dreaming about cozy knits and fireplaces. And if we're honest, pumpkin spice lattes, whether we'll admit it publicly or not, I'll admit it. I don't think there's anything basic about liking a pumpkin spice latte. I think a basic cup of coffee is a cup of coffee. Pumpkin spice lattes require more work. They are not a basic cup of coffee. I also like pumpkin. I know it's not everybody's thing. I know pumpkin isn't really a thing over in Europe. That's fair. It is one of my favorite squashes to consume, both in savory dishes and in sweet dishes. However, I am a squash fan, and I know not everybody is a big squash fan. So, like, I eat butternut squashes, old man squashes, spaghetti squashes, acorn squashes, that weird, funny UFO shaped squash, petty pan. Aaron brought me some last year. I don't know what squashes are coming from one of my ex-boyfriend's garden. His wife said their squashes went crazy, so she's sending some into town for me. Any sort of things. Nikki, you have no idea how much I contemplate moving. No idea how much I contemplate moving. I don't have a husband, and my job is at home in my house. So wherever I go and live, that is where I work. There is a perk to it and there's a downside to it. It's pretty lonely work, but I'm not tied to the city. I did want to stay close to my niece while she was growing up. She's 18 now. I'm free. I don't have kids in school. And I can move. I've done it before and I was quite comfortable doing it. So like I seriously contemplate and look at moving either to like the East Coast, or let's be honest, if I could swing it, Europe. I was born in Manitoba. I did my childhood in the Northwest Territories, what then became Nunavut. I came back to Manitoba. I've lived in Alberta. I'm back in Manitoba now. And well, I have no problem with this province. don't necessarily think I want to stay here for much longer. It's weird. I've moved around so much in my life that staying stationary is a problem for me. So I don't know. I mean, I keep threatening to move in with Louise to help her deal with her yarn. So something might happen. You guys don't know. I mean, we have to get over my lethargic laziness. And I look at doing all the paperwork and all the stuff to find jobs and move the disability claims. And it's a lot of work. And my brain goes, or you could make a cup of tea and knit. If we're honest, the cup of tea and knitting wins a lot. So there's that. She wins a lot. So there's that. So I don't know, but yeah, Nikki, I've contemplated. I've been to the East Coast, freaking gorgeous. It's an entirely different green from the West Coast because I've been the whole width of the country. I've gone from one end to the other. I've been visiting at both ends and up north. So technically, I've done all three oceans. I think I've done coast, 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 and I live near a border. So yeah, I've done 3 coasts and a border. But I love the East Coast. I love the East Coast. Don't get me wrong, BC's lovely. Just oh my god, I could not do those price tags. I could not do those price tags. It offends some part of my soul to pay that much for that little. It offends a part of my soul. But like East Coast, yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe Ireland, Scotland. I have contemplated. Oh, Lindnitz. Hoping. I hope your guys' heap dome isn't too bad. I did do some work on my Como top. As you can see, this ball of linen Barocco indigo yarn. It's either blue gray or gray blue. She's starting to get a little small. Did I finish it? No. Did I want to get it finished? Yes. Did this human realize at 5 o'clock on a Saturday she had D&D she had to sign into in like an hour and a half? Also, yes. Which meant I didn't get as much done as I wanted to because I couldn't just focus on it. And we're at a point now where my party members and I are potentially maybe saving our world. Up till now, we've not been batting so well on that average. And we needed my cleric to get us through some sticky wickets, which we've done, which is good. But it meant I didn't have as much time to knit last night as I wanted to. So that's fine. It happens. I've done some more decreases on my 3rd of 4 front panel sections. It's kind of hard to spread it out because it wants to drape together. Because my row gauge is always off like a crazy person. I am absolutely doing the fluffy ass brioche cardigan. I have to film an Instagram reel of me ripping apart a finished project to reclaim the yarn to use because it will stress Louise out and tickle me pink. I've got my first front back side and my first front side done. I'm working on my second front side. Again, because my row gauge is always so off, I have left everything on the singular needle because I do not know how many rows I have to do now that I'm done my decreasing. So they have you do the decreasing to a certain spot for the Como pattern, and then you just repeat this little section till it's the right length. I don't know how deep I want the V to be or how big I want the armholes to be, so I need to do all 4 of them and take a measurement when I'm finished to see where it's sitting at before I add any length. So it's a bit of a complication. However, it's what I have to do to make the pattern fit me properly. Do I like the Como pattern? Yeah, I have enjoyed making this so far. Do I like its sizing? No. I think the sizing is terrible. I should not be the largest size. So, and I don't even knit for my chest. I knit for my upper chest and my shoulders, and then I just have negative ease around the girls, and I don't care. But their size inclusivity sucks cojones. I do like that their lifestyle imagery, so like the photos that they have of their finished tops includes a woman of color and includes, I mean, technically they're still both like model skinny, so like they're not, I don't think they're a real representation of like what the vast majority of the population of women look like. They are very, very beautiful girls. I enjoy that there's 2 of them. I enjoy that the lifestyle photo shot isn't so blown out you can't see anything. Like you can clearly see the background. You can clearly see what they're wearing. They've got a nice contrast between them and what's going on around them. I hate the size range of the Como top, and it put me on the fence about making this for a long time. Am I happy I've made it? Absolutely. Have I enjoyed the techniques for the stuff that they've done? Absolutely. Have I upped to the top of my list making my own nice V-neck shirt situations? Absolutely. There's not enough V-neck options, and I don't want a 1920s baby V-neck. I want a V-neck. So, I know that means I got to design it. I am aware. I'm working on it, guys. However, I'm done with the fancy count so many rows, double decrease, count so many rows, only single decrease, count so many. Like I'm done that part. Now we're just doing do this short 4-row repeat until you're at this many stitches. So cool. It helps. I do have some editing to process for things, so I will have more time to work on my Como today. I am quickly running out of time to finish this bad boy. She's got to be done by the end of August because that's when the summer cal is finished. So I got what, like a week and a couple of days left? The yarn that I was using, it's a linen yarn from Barocco. I thoroughly like knitting in linen. That was not going to come out correctly. I find linen less harsh on my hands than cotton, and I will crochet and knit in cotton any day of the week. But I find the linen's because it softens as you work on it, mostly through your heat and the friction. And I know it will keep getting softer because that's what linen yarn does. So it is already soft and drapey. Like after I've washed this bad boy and worn it like 2 or 3 times, it's going to be buttery soft against my skin. I'm so freaking excited for it. I'm so. Oh yeah, linen is gorgeous. I need more linen in my life. I have one sweater, like one t-shirt quantity of linen left, and that's it. Well, we will be fixing that problem. We will be fixing that problem next summer. I will be buying more linen. Just a week? Last Sunday? Oh god, I got 7 days to get it done. Holy schnickerdoodles. Oh, so I'm not sure I needed that dose of reality. Oh, just a 1 week also? Oh boy. Okay. So I've got 7 days to finish the Como top, rip out a fully finished Tribeca trench, figure out the yarn for the 2 vest options so we can vote for vests next week, get 2 bags done, and get the prep for the Manitoba Fiber Festival done. Oh, I'm screwed. Woohoo! Okay. Yeah. No adding to my work week this week, Asa. We're just gonna just do me a favor, don't do that. We're already maxed and I haven't even written my to-do list for the week. Oh boy. All right. That was everything but the bags. But the bag. Shall we talk the vintage market tote and shall we vote on the last week bag project? We've only got 1 week left. Also just confirmed it. As of next Sunday, we'll see if I finished 4 bags in the month of August. Holy cow, that's so many bags. I have to blow my nose. I'm sorry. I already had to add to the list because, like, new headphones. I like them. They're soft. They sit on my ears well. The sound is lovely. Only one thing extends. I gotta decide by Monday or Tuesday if I'm gonna exchange it and try to get a set that's essentially not broken. So, but I like the color. It's so easy to find on my computer desk. I think I gotta return these ones. I think I gotta return these ones and get ones that extend on both ends because the extension part on this end doesn't function properly. So whatever. We'll talk bags while I contemplate what I need to do with my headphones. The Vintage Market Tote was the winning bag from last week. It's a bulky weight lace patterned, worked in the round crocheted bag. It is a furry. We do enjoy a furry pattern around here from time to time. Why? Primarily because I tend to find blog posts, while annoying because of the volume of ads people shove in your faces, thinking that you're going to click through to the links. Most of us don't click through anymore. It's always a single written document. There's too many photos, there's too many ads. That's just me. But the text isn't columned like a textbook, which means my screen reader will read it. Do I enjoy the photos? No, because it just gives me the URL heading for the photo, like the destination for the, so part of it's just a screen reader quirk. And it hates video ads. Oh, my screen reader hates. Ooh, the Magnolia tote bag. Have I looked at the Magnolia tote bag? I don't know if I have. If I haven't, I will try to remember to go look, Nikki. I mean, I did save the Square One project bag, but I would want that in a very specific color set. I wouldn't just want to make it out of whatever I happen to have. So, like, that's been set aside. Like, I like it, but not enough to want to make it right now. And I'll have to go check out that Magnolia tote too. Could be good. If you guys were watching Instagram this week, you'll notice on Wednesday I took a photo and said, look, I've made a bunch of progress. I had to stop myself Tuesday evening from finishing this bag. I casted it on Sunday night. So Sunday night, Monday evening, Tuesday evening, and had I worked for another hour and a bit, not closer to 2 hours on Monday night, I would have had, or Tuesday night, I would have had this finished before Wednesday. So yes. This crocheted up real quick, super quick. The lace no, it's written. Lace written instructions, very easy to follow. I enjoyed the writing of it, and I have this when I was finished. Like, look at this. How can you not be excited about this? It's so freaking pretty. It's so good. Oh, it's the one that Cheryl's making? Okay. So, I have a lace pattern. It's hard to see, but there are on-purpose holes in there. I made this out of 2 strands of white acrylic held double. Why? Because we're looking to stash debust. Am I going to make some more of these? Yeah. Yeah. These are excellent sized as Christmas gift bags. And because my family is looking to get away from I think Osa's already sent me a link. I'm going to be making some more of these because they will fit Christmas presents perfectly. That is, in fact, Nikki Knits. Osa just came to my rescue and sent me the link. We're golden. Excellent, because odds are pretty good. I would have forgotten. I wouldn't have meant to. It would have happened. So I really freaking loved this. It used up a lovely quantity of yarn, and I almost casted on a second one to try to get a second one done in the week because I freaking really enjoyed this bag. However, I'm going to make one larger for like larger presents, and I'm going to make a couple more in this size for like the medium-sized presents. This one is a knitting project bag. I may even go so far as to line it so I can have it as a tote bag to take out in public. Because that is how freaking cute this is. Why? Because I do fine with white bags, white coats, white pants, and white shirts. Those are not a problem for me. So this bad boy might end up lined so that it can be used as a tote to go do things like go to Warhammer or brunch or shopping for no particular reason other than I'm in the mood to go shopping. Or to the pharmacy, when I have to go pick up those packages that get mailed to me. It wouldn't fit the package, but it would fit everything else because you can't just go to the pharmacy. When you go to the pharmacy or the chemist, which is where my Canada Post office is, the local one to me is, you also, you end up picking up stuff that you're missing in your medicine cabinet, or they'll have pop on sale, or they'll have a snack that I can eat. So like other stuff gets purchased at the same time. However, vintage market tote. Oh, so much fun to make. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out based on the original, Nikki. I couldn't really see the lace. I knew there was lace because it said it had lace. I'm not a huge fan of the photos of the original. Love the pattern. The photos aren't a strong enough or a deep enough color saturation or a strong enough color contrast for me to really pick up what's going on. But it said lace, it said bulky, it said crochet, it said quick, it said in the round. I read the pattern, the instructions made sense. I have a quick perusal of the instructions. that initial skim read we do of things. And I went, sure, what's the worst that can happen? I'll have a bag. I figured if I didn't like it, I would use it as a Christmas gift bag. And then whoever I gave it to, I'd be like, don't return it because I don't want to deal with it anymore. Not the first time I've done that. I mean, I've also gone to my mom and gone, I made this whole sweater thing, but I would look better on your skin tone. That's how things happen around here. So it was fine. But as I was working it up, I was like, oh, this is way prettier than I thought it was. And I had no idea what everybody else was seeing, right? So like I don't know if everybody else sees the lace clearly. And it's just that because I'm going blind, I don't see the lace clearly anymore. But oh, I'm taking photos and I'm making a Ravelry page for this. And I'm linking to the pattern because like more people need to make this vintage market tote. It is stinking cute and relaxing to work up. It's got just enough going on that you're not autopiling it. And I love them single crochet big carry-all bags. But let's be honest, I fall asleep while I'm making them because it is just single crochet. Oh, it's that in the round body knitting when you need 18 inches of body before you even look at doing your ribbing. You fall asleep because you're bored. You don't mean to fall asleep. It's not the pattern's fault. It's just you're doing such a repetitive thing all the time. You're still doing a short number of you're doing a 3-row repeat once your setup is done. And that's fine. You've memorized what you're doing. Like by the time I was going through the second repeat, my brain was like, then you do this row, then you do this row, then you do this row. Or is it 4-row? It's a 4-row repeat. No problem. But I wasn't bored. So I didn't fall asleep. I wanted to work on it. I was like, I know I'll just do one more row. I'll just do one more row pattern. That's a better way to phrase that. So totally fine. Am I going to make more? So freaking. Do I want a purple one? Yes. Do I need to put colors of purple in front of Erin's eyeballs and go, are these close enough if I hold them together nobody's going to notice, so that she can go yes, because I think nobody will notice? But that doesn't mean anything anymore. I can't tell the difference between purple and blue. So like there could be a navy skein in that collection of purple I have, and I wouldn't know it. So I need to real person eyeball that before I start a second one. All right. Oh yeah, tea was such the right call. However, that's it. I was hoping for more finishes. I literally have the Cantana kerchief top still sitting on the coffee table, sewn together, ready for straps. I have read the instructions on how to do the straps. They make complete sense to me. Have I literally just sat down and crocheted them? Absolutely not. Of course not. I sorted my spice drawers. I got a whole shelf situation going on. And I cleaned out all my Old Spice containers, and then I wrote new labels, and I rehomed them, and then I wrote out a mega list of doom of spices I want to get instead yesterday, which, not crafting, but necessary fall prep, because let's be honest, we're going to hit September, and it's going to be soups, stews, holidays, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Like there is no time from September to December to be prepping your kitchen to do all of your seasonal stuff. And for me, it's a big part of the holiday season. For my faith, I do my renewals at Halloween. So like, we're coming up on my big one. We're coming up on the big one. So I'm doing that prep and getting ready to close everything down, which involves many lists, much cleaning, and making sure all the stock that I do have is still in good condition. So, I spent the time before D&D because I thought I had more time to craft last night. Doing the spices, realizing I had D&D, quickly microwaved myself some dinner from when I'd made lunch earlier in the day, and then did D&D instead of crafting last night. So whatever, it's fine. I will be happier when all of the prep is done and I can just slide into the big baking season. Slut. We do get to vote on new bags, though. So let us do the bag thing, shall we? Now, Austin's got us covered. I sent her the links to the specific patterns this time, which means we're not deciding what to vote on. I picked two things to vote on. I stayed away from the large carry-all bags. This is this is the last week in August, so I'm doing the prep for a bunch of other things that are starting. Like on the 1st of September, I want to have a new cast on for Craft Around the World. We've got Oktoberfest starting with the Botanical Knitter because she's running that. We'll have a new challenge from the Fiber Friends, and we have the fluffy ass brioche cardigan going on. So my start of September is already quite busy. Holy, how did that happen? Not a problem. But that does mean I didn't want to do like the Huntington carry-all bag or the picnic basket, which is very like 14 inches big, and are very, very stiff, like bulky on a 4 millimeter needle or worsted on a 2.75 millimeter needle. So I didn't want anything that hard or that volumed on my hands. So we have opted to go with either the modern granny boho bag, which is like a sort of modern granny square kind of chevron stripe situation. I'm not sure how it's put together. It is crochet, it's worsted on a 5 millimeter needle, or again, if you have a screen reader, it's a 5.0 millimeters. So we understand how I'm filtering the world, and I'm never going to get bored of that millimeters. It's just too funny. What else we got for instructions here? We're in US terms for this pattern. She is free. I do love a free pattern. I understand the risks I'm taking with free patterns, and I'm comfortable with the risk. So it's supposed to be a modern update on the granny square bag situation. I think it looks like it'll be similar in shape and size to my other granny square bags. Do I have that out somewhere where I can reach it? I feel like no is the answer, but oh, I lied. I do. I feel like it's similar in shape to this one. And this, I've made two of this style of granny square bag. It is not the last of this style of granny square bag. I'm going to make some of these for the smaller Christmas presents because it's stinking adorable too. And I get to use up a bunch of stuff. Look, did I wave in my end or do I just have yarn coming out? Nope, I have an end I have not woven in. Oh, I'm so classy. So I feel like from the pictures and what I've read, I think the modern granny boho bag is going to be similarly sized to this one, which is good because I like that this one's actually got yarn in it. Because of course it's got yarn in it. Why wouldn't it? But that's our first option. Where am I going? I really good vibes. Oh my god. Nikki, all of the good vibes, babe. That is a lot. That is a lot for a one person in a lifetime, never mind in a week. Babe, you're gonna have to let us know how Marvel's surgeries go. We're gonna need updates on that, and I hope that your teenager's health issues can get addressed because that shit's scary. No matter the age, it's scary. Like I know I stress my parents out when I call because I've injured myself. I can't even imagine. That is crazy. Oh no, Jen. You know, Jen, if you need to hide behind my skirts and that's why all the cleaning didn't get done, I am happy. I am happy to enable you into some peace before the cleaning extravaganza. Cleaning's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And good luck with the cleaning. I know I need it when I clean. I love it when it's done, but I hate doing it, you know? Ooh, also with a link. Oh, I hope Marvel gets through her surgeries okay. Oh, I hope she gets through her surgeries okay. It's a lot. That poor kid. You always hear of like kids being a trooper, like, oh, Marvel's a trooper. And to be fair to Marvel, she doesn't know any different. It's always been her life, but oh, you always feel bad, right? Oof. Woof. Okay. Oh Lord, stop talking at me, screen reader. Okay. Our second bag is the Easy Crochet Folded Rectangle Bag. Why? Because we did that woo-woo magic with the mesh, and I want to try it with a solid crochet feature. So that's the other option. I will do it out of cotton again. That way I can use the bag to go like get groceries from the farmer's market and stuff. But it looks like it's a similar construction to the mesh bag with the whoosh, and it became a bag from a rectangle strap. So I want to try it again. This one's got a different strap style to it. So that's why we're justifying it. Again, free, again, worsted. This case is worked on a 4mm, which isn't that tight. It is tighter than a 5mm, so it's a bit of a denser fabric and a more secure fabric, which is lovely. The pictures look good and US terms and free, and doesn't use a ton of yardage, but it uses our yardage. I have no idea if the videos are any good or how well the instructions are done. I just know that it's free and it's a blog post, which means my screen reader will read it, which is important, you know? Do what you can. This is her first major one? Okay. Take some deep breaths and relax. No, I gotta go faster. Gotta do more. Can't do less, must do more. Also, need to make lunch. I'm hungry. It's food time. All right. We have either the modern granny boho bag or we have the easy crocheted folded rectangular bag. Neither are overly complicated. Both are shapes I've done before, technically now, and both of them look like I could accomplish them within the week without adding too much to it. Again, noting we won't know how I've done on the Irish Adventures bag until the first Wednesday of September when I do a check-in with Louise. So technically, I might have 5 finished bags from this month. We shall see. We shall see. But we need to decide, do I want to do the modern granny boho bag or do I want to do another rectangular folded bag? What are we thinking? What are we vibing today, as the case may be? Also saying folded? Okay. So we got to vote for folded, which is good. I like not having to make decisions. Oh, I need to try to find the ends in that Tribeca trend to strip it out. Oh boy. Okay, that could be fun. Might leave that till Saturday. Should be good if I get frustrated during the week. You know, just take the Saturday and rip a project. Oh, that'll be cathartic. Woohoo! Suzette, you vote for folded as well? Okay. Sandy's also folded. Folded's taking an early lead here. Holy schnickerdoodles. Erin, so she can watch the woo when it turns into a bag. Okay, fair. It's a fair way to vote. That was pretty slick. Once we figured out what it was with the mesh one between the photos and that, like that was freaking cool. It looks like the same. The photos are a bit better from what I was able to glance. So folded. It looks like we've got 5 for folded and none for the modern boho, for the modern granny square boho bag. I think we're doing folded, guys. Okay. Uh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Folded. Folded it is. I'm going to use some more of that Karen cotton cake that I have. It's the same cotton cake that I made the mesh bag out of, simply so that if I decide to use it for farmer market runs and stuff, that I can then just toss it in the wash. So the easy crocheted rectangular folded bag. Let's flip screens so I can check to make sure I'm saying the right pattern name. Yes. It's the Easy Crochet Folded Rectangular Bag by Viva Crochets. Literally VIV and then crochets. Super okay. I mean, I'm excited to see how I'm going to probably make the strap a bit shorter than it calls for because I'm making it in cotton and that's going to stretch like a crazy person. But I'm definitely going to do that, or I'll line the strap so that the strap doesn't extend out, right? But we're 2024 pattern from my birthday month. Oh, lovely. And she used, again, Lion Brand 24/7 cotton. I do like the Lion Brand 24/7 cotton. It's quite good. So I will just be using a different type of cotton. All right. That's bags. Oh, excellent. Oh, Also, I said don't add to my work week. Don't tempt me with the do both option. I don't have time for both. Maybe I do both. I might. I'll play it by ear. How does that sound? I'll play it by ear. First goal will be the folded rectangular bag, and if it's like the vintage market knit, and I'm like done like Tuesday evening, then yeah, I'll absolutely try for a striped modern granny boho bag. No promises on the second bag though. I'm not committing to that. I'm not committing to that. But I will go, you know what, if I can squeeze it in. That'd be six crochet bags in a month if I get the Irish Adventures done. That's a lot of bags in 1 month, guys. When did I turn into a finisher? I thought I was a person who started stuff and never finished things. All of my garments are languishing on their needles, but my crocheted bag making skills are off the hook. Of course they are. Of course they are. Is everyone getting excited for the crochet around the world? Crochet around the world, knit around the world, sew around the world, craft around the world. That's the word I'm looking for. Is everyone excited for the craft around the world starting in September? Everything is being set up and put into the Ravelry podcast group page, so it is fully accessible to all. It's a thing. If you can't use Ravelry because it makes your brain explode in anger and frustration, and we never want to trigger headaches, that's terrible. Headaches are terrible. Send me an email at northernnitspodcast@gmail.com, and I will work with you individually to help you get set up so that you can still participate, but you're not necessarily risking a headache or a seizure or something serious, because that one, I know Ravelry is a problem for some people. Like let's not do that. Photos and stuff can be posted pretty much anywhere. There's a hashtag to use. The instructions are all in the Ravelry group. Osa's got you covered. She pestered me for rules till I gave her some. They're in writing. They've been Englished, so it's not strictly speaking just Jocelyn text. And Osa sits on my head and she makes sure I do things. I am asking everyone, if you've got time and you have some inspiration from the different continents of the world, there are some bundles set up in the Ravelry group for the different continents. If you can drop pattern links in there to help your fellow friends out and your fellow crafters out, that would be amazing. We discussed the problem child in the continents, Antarctica, and sort of general rules to go by. Message. I cleared out my Ravelry messages, so I will be checking those every other day so I can get back to people. And I do reply to emails usually every other day as well, too. So we've got... If I open up the finish thread on like the 5th of September and we have finishes, I am going to both be simultaneously beyond overjoyed for people and feel like I don't craft enough. That's how that's going to work also. But we will have a finish thread. It will be open for photos and for comments. And if you want to have your finished object entered for prize draws, because we will be doing prize draws throughout the year, it has to be in the Ravelry thread. It has to have a photo. That way we can see what it is that you've made. That's how you get your entries. When? I don't know. We haven't figured out a schedule for it. What are the prizes going to be? They're going to be digital patterns. So we will pull whenever we randomly pull dries. I haven't figured out when yet, but I know we're going to do it a couple of times during the year because it's a big challenge. And we're going to then randomly assign winners by going, hey, you know that random, you open up Google, you ask for a random number between whatever and whatever. That's what we're going to do. Yes, and Asa will sit on my head and make sure I do things. This is why Asa's the moderator. Somebody's got to keep me in line. Do you have a finish thread already posted? Excellent. I have not done a finish thread. To be fair, guys, we'd be way behind the 8 ball if it wasn't for Asa's help. That's how things work in my life. I get distracted. I was supposed to be working on my Como top the whole Patreon e-knit yesterday. If you guys don't know, if you're a Patreon member, that gives you access to Discord for the group, and then you can chat. We chat back and forth. And through Discord, we do monthly e-knits at tier 2, and then once every quarter, we invite the whole Patreon group. So everybody who is in Patreon who has the Discord link, we invite them to like an epic e-knit. I was supposed to be working on my Como top yesterday. I was absolutely faffing about on Ravelry instead while I chatted with everyone. So I did it to myself. But Asa definitely keeps me on track, and I enjoy the e-knits, so I'm happy that fall's coming back in. We're going to see some new projects going on, but Finish threads on Ravelry. It's in the group. We haven't really used the podcast group page for much, so this gives us the perfect opportunity to not have it. I don't want to say cluttered, like there isn't like a ton of threads or anything, so it should be really easy to find everything. I hope everything's easy to find. Oh, I hope everything's easy to find. I managed it, so I'm hoping it works out okay. If you got confusions or questions, absolutely ask. Please ask. We don't know if you need help if you don't ask. However, I think that's it. I don't think I have a ton else to talk about. As always, thanks for everyone for letting me take a chunk of the summer off while I was making a whole bunch of changes in the background. I do have recorded videos. I did get one edited yesterday. I've got more to edit today, which is what I'll be doing after lunch. First lunch. So freaking hungry. So we should have not only the lives, but we should have the return of some video formats. I'm going to do pattern reviews. We're going to talk about things like the knit-alongs and other projects that I'm working on. And I want to do some deep dives into accessibility and resizing and garment situations and stuff. I do have the Choose Your Own Adventure sweater upcoming for test knitting, so I will be looking for test knitters for that shortly. That's going to be fun. There's a lot of options. There's no way I can knit that many sweaters because I can't knit all of the options available in the Choose Your Own Adventure sweater platform. I would never release the pattern if that happened. That would be the only thing I knit for several years. So we're going to do a pattern test call for everybody here shortly, which will be exciting. As always, Patreon members will get the call will go to them first, and then the call will go public. So whew, we've got tons to do. It happens. Oh, Susanna, you needed the nap. If you need the nap, you need the nap. None of us. No, I'm happy you got the nap, and I hope that your health feels better shortly so that you don't want to take naps quite so often. That's the big part. However, hopefully you guys have got projects for the week. I have apparently 7 days to finish my Como top. Cool. I have 1, possibly 2 bags to do this week. We've still got Granny Square work. And then I absolutely need to finish a cardigan in less than 2 weeks. Okay, I've got a lot to go do. Yep, that's a thing. Okay. Yep. Guys, I hope your week is full of crafting goodness. I hope best wishes for Marvel and her surgery. I hope it goes well. And then we will see you guys next Sunday. However, I'm Jocelyn. This is the Northern Knits Podcast. And no matter where your week takes you guys, don't forget to craft, okay? Wait, where's the end button?